Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. To ensure the safety of inter-island ferry passengers and crew, there are a number of agencies that are involved. The first of this is, of course, the MSAF, the Maritime Safety Authority of Fiji. They have regulations in place from the Maritime Regulation of 2014 in relation to safe ship management system. And from this regulation, they have developed SOPs, standard operating procedures, on how they prioritize the safety of passenger and crew when they embark or disembark at the various jetties around Fiji. And also under the MSAF, they also have a regulation, the STCW regulation, which requires that all crew members need to be trained on how to, they need to undertake this training on crowd control, how to handle crowds when they are getting on ships or getting off ships. And that's to ensure that all the seafarers and passenger vessels are capable of controlling the crowd at all times. So that's the work that's done by the MSAF. And related to this also is the work that's done by our meteorological services that looks at the weather. They disseminate marine weather bulletins. They give advice about adverse weather conditions that can compromise the safety of people that are traveling on our ships. These weather bulletins are prepared at interval hours of 4 hours, every 4 hours, and they're provided to seafarers and the ships and captains of the boats. They're broadcasted in print media, coastal radio stations, and also in televised advertisements. Third is the role that is undertaken by the Fiji Roads Authority, in particular in relation to the jetty infrastructure. Fiji Roads Authority is responsible for the construction and maintenance of all the 32 jetties in Fiji, including the waiting sheds. They have developed a period inspection, maintenance, and audit program. So this whole program is focused on trying to ensure that all the jetties remain accessible and safe at all times. In 2017 and 2018, FRA undertook a review of jetties around the country, and they developed a repair maintenance plan for each jetty. In 2018 and 19, the government has set aside a total of 4.7 million for the inspection, audit, and maintenance of jetties in Fiji. And future upgrades, so they, as a result of that, they've programmed it over a 5-year period to try to address all of these jetties within its 5-year network improvement plan. In terms of future development, FRA is looking to design and build new jetties that will withstand higher loadings and should have the ability to withstand severe weather conditions, which you know will be happening in Fiji because of climate change and all that comes together with it. FRA also works with MSAF, the Maritime Safety Authority of Fiji, in installing aids to navigation. Some of these aids to navigation includes lateral marks, which are used to guide boats to berth safely at the jetty at night or during the day. These marks will be in the form of beacons or buoys with flashing lights for night berthing, and they are placed near the jetties. With the installation of these navigation aids, boats can be safely navigated into and out of the berthing points of the jetties. They also are installing cardinal marks. These are navigation aids that will be installed for navigating boats to the jetty through the most convenient passage in the vicinity of the jetties. These marks will also indicate the danger areas like reefs and shallow passages that may be unsafe for navigation. And also have isolated danger marks. These marks will indicate areas within the navigable channel that are shallow and pose a danger to boats. Such navigation aids will prove to be quite useful for night navigation. In terms of safety measures, crowd control at various jetties, in the urban ports that are managed by Fiji Ports Corporation Limited, there are existing standard operating procedures in place that includes a time frame for offloading, loading, and offloading of cargoes, vehicles, and the embarking and disembarking of passengers. There is a collaborative approach that is undertaken by all stakeholders. That includes the LDA, MSAF, Fiji Ports Corporation Limited, Fiji Police Force, Municipal Council, and also my ministry. They try to work together to ensure a smooth flow of operations, especially during peak seasons. In the rural outer islands, Fiji police officers, if they are available, they will be involved together with government representatives like district officers or the ROCOs. They work closely with the local shipping crew to ensure crowd control in the outer islands. For overloading, This is another very important aspect in relation to safety. To address the overloading, there are measures that are in place for ships that are departing the main ports. For these boats, they have a survey certificate that indicates the maximum number of passengers and crew that should be on board on a particular voyage. It is then the responsibility of the vessel operator to ensure that the passenger manifest and crew list is in accordance with the requirements under the survey and safe manning certificate. Upon meeting the requirements satisfactorily, the MSF Enforcement and Compliance Officer will issue the marine clearance accordingly. However, in outer island jetties, it is the responsibility of the master of the vessel and his officers to ensure that the number of passengers on board the vessel does not exceed the maximum number as stated in the service certificate. When these boats arrive back in Suva or in the main ports, then the MSF Enforcement Officer verifies the passenger manifest list. So those are some of the different agencies that are involved to try to ensure the safety of passengers traveling on our inter-island shipping. Thank you, Honourable Speaker.
All right, thank you.